Welcome friends, welcome to Make Authority, Lingara Senapati this side. In this video, I am going to explain about Technical SEO checklist. It is a very important. After creating a website, you have to check your technical SEO. If that particular website having technical issues or search engine related some technical issues arises in your website, then it is very important to go through this technical SEO. So first of all, make sure your website is properly structured. If your website is new, then this point is very important. If your website is properly structured means what? There is a home. Under the home there is a sub pages will be generally created like services, about, contact us. You can see how your website structure properly on my screen. Very important. If your website structure is good, then it is very easy for the search engine to access that pages. So on the second point, we go through the make your site is crawlable. If your site is not properly crawlable, then the information inside that particular website we can't access by the keywords and by the images, videos also. So if your site is crawlable or not, you can see on search engine console or Google console, where you can see robots.txt is blocked or not. If the robot.txt file is blocked, you take the action about your search engine and not crawlable properly your website. Then comes out your site indexable or not. If your website is crawlable, that not means about your site is indexable. So crawlable is different, indexable is different. So how could you know which pages are indexed or not? Google Search Console will help you which keywords, which particular articles are going to be indexed. Always remember, when your website is new, always post new articles. If you post new articles and there is a less number of volumes, then the ranking of that particular page or index of that particular post will be on Google high. So make sure your posts are not at that level of competition, but minimum competition or low competition and higher ranking chances on search engine. So always remember, first of all, your website generally indexable. If your website is not indexable, you lose your traffic from that site. Then it comes out HTTPS. Okay, make sure your website is integrated with HTTPS, Hypertext Transfer Securely, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTPS securely. Okay, why it is needed? Why it is HTTPS needed? If your website is not contain HTTPS, the users, the audience, the new audience which are coming to your website, and while you are requesting or giving any or you are accepting the user data, your user information, the user are generally hesitate to submit their information on your website. If the website is taken a payment information, and at that time user is also hesitate why it is trusted or not. If your website is not trusted, then it is also impact on your website and it increase the bounce rate. So make sure your website is redirected to the HTTPS. Always remember, if there is a not given as HTTPS, it's a lightly ranking factor will be countability, but that is not very high. But on the user perspective, your website is most having a HTTPS. Next, your website, make sure, okay, your website having all the URLs, okay, redirect or accessible in a single domain. Okay, what's the meaning? All your pages, post, okay, whatever the information you are loaded in your server, or accessible on from a single URL or single domain. Just like if your website is accessible HTTP, your website is also accessible. http www.example.com, your website is accessible. https example.com, and also accessible https www.example.com. So these are the ways. If your website accessing in this ways, in this is 4 ways, it's not good for the search engine. Your website is always accessible on a single domain, a single accessible form, okay, a single redirect form. If there is a different request if the user accessing your information from different URLs, but you redirect it to a single one, that is https example.com. this is the best one. If you are not mentioning www, that's okay, but this is the best one. Make sure then next coming out, this point is very important, your website is loading or not. If your website is loading fast, then the user more happy for your website, and the bounce rate of that particular page very decreases. How could you know what is your website loading speed, or how could you check what is the loading speed of your website? You can check this by using GTmetrix tool, okay, or page speed insight tool, which guides you or helps you what is your page speed, and also defining which parts of your website are generally taken as a maximum time to load on that particular system. So it's a very important, your website speed is very, if your website speed is negligible or very low, then it is going to be impact. If your website speed is very high, then it's a more impact for the user. So always remember, website speed is important, and increase the speed, okay. Then it comes out mobile friendliness. If your website is not tablet friendly or mobile friendly, it impact, okay. It's also impact on the ranking factor also, because the users most of the time coming through the mobile, because nowadays every user having a mobile. If there is any access through mobile, they can go through it, okay. So it's important for you, you can go and start your mobile friendly websites, okay. If your website or app mobile friendly, or web app you are mobile friendly, then it is very good, okay, and user very easily to access your information. So it's a very important point to keep remember this thing. Then if your website contain images or videos, okay, or large amount, means the content is very heavy, just like images or videos, so your website need a compression, okay. So image compression also there, video compression is also there. So if your website contain images and video, the compression is must. You can also use CDN, content delivery network, which also helps you to load your website pages, images or videos also very smoothly, and it helps you to load faster also, which already I am discussing previously. So after this, you go for the fixing about broken pages. If your website contain any broken pages, you can catch this on a search console also, or you can use Ahrefs webmaster tool. Ahrefs webmaster tool is very important for site auditing, through which you can identify which pages are generally or accidentally you removed from your website, and how could you redirect that particular post and pages to other post and pages, or fix that, or we can create that in future also. So first of all, you have to identify which pages are broken, or 404 pages. Then you have to go for the creation. After this, you go for the at the end, and very important, fixing the duplicate content in your page or post. If you created a duplicate pages or post, okay, for the website, what are the services you are giving, what are the post you are writing, all the things. If you are publishing as a duplicate content, then it is very difficult for the search engine to recognize which one is the unique, which one is the duplicate, because we are using canonical, and the canonical also defining the both pages are different, but the URLs are same, then it is very difficult, okay. So if the most of the cases the URLs are more different, but the contents are same, So here duplicate content, if you have to identify, if you are not identify, there is a Ahref webmaster tool, and Ahref webmaster tool will helps you, guide you which contents are generally on your website are duplicate content. At last, it is a very bonus point, I will added it. What is the important point here? I will told you that the very important point, that is called a schema. Okay, if your website is not properly search engine accessible form or search engine readable form, the schema will guide you. The schema will help the search engine how to display your information. What is the title, what is the keyword, description, meta description, how could you display on search engine. So schema is very important. There is a different types of schema, breadcrumb schema, post schema, or there is a different types of schema, job schema, okay, entertainment schema. What is a blog post? According to blog post, you can design your schema. Okay, so it's important, and if your schema is properly placed on your post or pages, then it is easily to accessible all the important points and information to show the users on a search engine snippet. Because search engine snippets are all the information which are given you, showing you, that is the extracting from their schema. Okay, so these are the points, very important points. You go through that points, and please don't ignore each and every point is very important. If you ignore one of them, then it is very difficult and tough for you for the ranking on search engine, and also it impact you on your traffic. That's all. If you like this video, please share it, and please subscribe this channel, and when I am uploading a new video, will get the notifications. Thank you.